Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a video of a recovery recipe. This will be a good meal prep to make. You can make 3 to 5 days worth of this, and this is good for those busy moms. If you don't trust your husband's cooking, whatever your issue is, this will be a great thing to make ahead of time to have for lunch. It's really key and optimal to have good nutrition pre and post-op. You're gonna heal faster, you're gonna recover better, and you wanna make sure that, especially for those of you that go under the muscle with your implants, those muscles need to be able to build and repair themselves. So nutrition is key. Keep that in mind, and here we go. Here's our little container. And I am going to do, for my protein, I will do black beans. Or if you'd like to go for meat, you can do organic free-range chicken, some bone broth to cook it all in, some corn. I use frozen corn. I can just dump it in here frozen, and over the course of a couple hours it defrosts on its own and it's already cooked. It's just frozen. Cherry tomatoes. I eat these every day. Just cut them in half, throw them in anything you're making. Potatoes, because I'm not scared of carbs. Bok choy, also known as Asian cabbage. I love this stuff. I just toss it in my steamer, turn it on, and then within 5 minutes of steaming, it's ready. And I can just throw it in here when it's done. And only because I like it, this raw cheddar from Trader Joe's is so good. But if you're vegan, obviously leave it out. And if you don't like unpasteurized things, then I wouldn't use it either. One thing I really love is this vegan pesto from Trader Joe's. It doesn't have pine nuts in it. Some people tend to be allergic to them. There's no pasteurized cheese in here, so if you're lactose intolerant, this is a great option because it's 100% vegan and they use cashews instead of pine nuts. So this is a very low allergy food, and it's gonna be really great for recovery too. So here we go. So to make preparation simple, I'm going to steam the potatoes and the bok choy together. I'll pull the bok choy out first so the potatoes can cook longer. I'm not gonna cook the corn. I'm just gonna put it in here because it will defrost on its own and taste great. The chicken, you can cook that separately on the stovetop. I'm not gonna make the chicken. I like black beans more than chicken. So I'm just gonna toss these in a saucepan, strain it a little bit, and add the bone broth in place of some of the juice and let that cook with a little cumin, a little salt, and some oregano. Mix that up, and then when it's done, I'm gonna add about half a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. And then I'm gonna chop up a couple of these tomatoes and throw them in here too. And then we'll be done. So here's my steamer. I put a little bit of water in this pan right here. And I have my basket, my steamer basket. I am gonna put the potatoes in it and the bok choy and let that get to steaming. I'll pull the bok choy out first because it doesn't take long. And the potatoes will take probably about 10 to 15 minutes. I just keep opening it and checking it. Oregano and cumin. So now we wait. I have my potatoes and bok choy in the steamer. I have the black beans on the stove cooking, and some cumin, oregano, and a little bit of salt. And for now, the tomatoes are done chopping. The corn is dumped in here, so all we're waiting for now is the food to cook. And then we'll put it in here, add a little bit of pesto on the potatoes because I really like that. And this has kale and cashews in it, which is another great way to incorporate some good fats from the cashews and some greens from the kale, obviously. And then once all that gets done cooking, add it to here. Add a little bit of cheese if you want. I don't think I'm going to because I really like this pesto. It goes good on everything. And then we will enjoy. Once I'm done simmering the beans, I turn off the heat, I let it stop boiling, And then I add some red wine vinegar, about a half a tablespoon. I like a little bit of vinegar to my beans. Not everyone does. If that's you, just omit the vinegar, but I think it gives it a nice Cuban black bean kind of feel and taste. That's kind of what I'm going for. So if you like Cuban black beans, you will like the vinegar added. All right, the bok choy is ready. I'm going to take it out with a fork because it's very hot, and I'm gonna leave the potatoes steaming for a little bit. When I take it out, I'm gonna dab it a little bit on this because it's really wet from the steam, and I don't want the green bok choy juice to mix with anything funky. So I'm gonna dab it and then put it in here. While the potatoes finish up, I'm going to go ahead and scoop out the black beans with a slotted spoon because I also don't want the bean juice all up in all the other things. I do like putting the black beans strategically next to the potatoes because the potatoes will kind of like absorb a little bit of the juice, which I like. But other than that, the beans are ready to go in, and then in about 5 minutes, the potatoes will be done. The potatoes are done. Just a little bit on the top. It's so good. So just to give you context for how much of everything we use, I only did about 3 or 4 potatoes. About a half a cup of black beans are in here, 1 bok choy, a little bit of corn, and about 7 cherry tomatoes. So if you're actually making this kind of like in bulk for 3 to 5 days, you would use the whole bag of like 1 pound potatoes. You would use probably 2 to 3 cans of black beans. The bok choy comes usually 3 to 4 in a bag. I would just steam all of those and put 1 in each container. 1 bag of frozen corn and 1 pint of cherry tomatoes. And that right there would make you enough for 3 to 5 days, depending on how much you put in here. And it might not look like very much, but it's kind of heavy. Like it's gonna fill you up. It might look deceiving, but it will. I make this for lunch at work, and I love it. And I'm always surprised at how quickly I'm like satiated and filled up. So yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to try this. And it's so pretty. The more colors, they say eat the rainbow, and I feel like we have accomplished that with today's meal prepping item. So if you have any questions, leave them below for me. I'd be happy to answer. Otherwise, I really hope you enjoy this dish.